can't tell you how old I was. I know I was very young. My brother and I walked up from South State Street. It was The Wizard of Oz, and I can remember sitting down in the front of the theater on the right-hand side, and I was pretty much terrified of the Wicked Witch and her monkeys, and I thought the whole thing was real. I was young enough that it just really scared me. I just have always loved coming here. I've brought dates here as a kid growing up and going through high school. Now I bring my grandchildren here, and it's a real thrill to be able to bring them here for all the children's movies. First of all, it's a safe place for them to come. And even if I were to drop them off, that they were here by themselves, I know they'd be safe.
I like about this movie theater that it's really old, and I hope it stays here for a long time.
We have two sons, Tom and Gary, and the four of us would go to a movie on Friday night. Maybe before we'd go to Good Nose and get ice cream or have dinner.
Well, we do think it'd be a shame for the theater not to be able to show modern films and to attract people in, because it's a special place. It's a gem that this community has. Very few communities have. Doylestown has an old theater, but it still doesn't have the character that this place has from the standpoint of the physical structure. And we just hope that modern way of doing things will still keep the theater there, and that's important to us,
yes.
And I think important to everybody in the community.
When you first approach the building itself is magnificent outside. Then you step inside and you're really into something fantastic. I love my town and I love the theater. Let's just keep everything rolling.
Much of the inside fixtures, the seating, acoustical treatments on the walls were there in the 1940s. I mean, they're there even in the 1930s, and they're still there.
It's probably about 17, 18 years old, and it was pretty neat sitting in those old chairs, kind of thinking about what it was like, 30, 40 years ago, when they had stage productions and things like that.
We've had such great, wonderful moments. We love to sit upstairs and from the balcony. It's just the best spot to see a movie, in a balcony in the front row. Also, the other nice part about Newtown Theatre is it's very easy. There's plenty of places to eat dinner nearby, so you could do a movie and dinner.
And it's a completely different qualitative experience than going to the mall.
And I still prefer going to the Newtown Theatre as to going to the new modern theaters.
Nothing like walking to the theater in the snow to see a movie.
And we could walk to the theater.
Which we still do.
I just love the Newtown Theatre for the 20-some years that we've lived in this community. Every time I go to a movie there, I feel like I'm stepping back in time. And now we have an opportunity to bring this beautiful theater forward into the future. And I feel like it's a legacy that's been handed to us, and we really need to take care of it and upgrade it, and so that future generations can enjoy it as we have.
To me, tradition in hometown is very important. You have to keep some things going, and Newtown Theatre is definitely one of them. I'm
an old timer. I like the old things. And that theater, because of that, has a special place in my heart.
In 10 years from now, I hope the theater is still in existence. I mean, it'd be great to take my kids there when they get old enough to be able to sit still in the theater, and to have a theater like that in Newtown is absolutely fantastic.